Hi, I'm Nicole Lorig with HomeSmart Lifestyles here in Queen Creek, Arizona. Are you thinking about buying a home in Arizona? Buying a home can be extremely exciting, but it can also be a very stressful time for some buyers. So I'm here to ensure you are armed with one of the best resources to help make the process of buying a home in Arizona as smooth as possible. So let's get started. All right, here it is. I'm talking about the Buyer Advisory. The Buyer Advisory is a standardized document created by the Arizona Association of Realtors. This 13-page document is by far one of the best resources to pass along to clients. This document is easy to read, and its sole purpose is to help you be a knowledgeable buyer who has all the tools they need to make an informed decision. When it comes time to buy a house, you'll be signing a lot of documents. And if you're a seasoned buyer, it's easy to quickly look over and just sign. But this is not the document to do that with. You need to read the entire Buyer Advisory, cover to cover, and ask any questions you may have. The Buyer Advisory is split into 5 sections. So I want to give you a brief overview of the kind of information you will expect to find in each section. But you're still going to have to read the full document to get all of the information. I encourage you to start reading the Buyer Advisory before making an offer on a home, because it highlights a lot of great things you may want to consider doing or researching during your due diligence period. My goal here is to ensure you go into your due diligence period as prepared as you possibly can be. This guide will bring up things you never would have thought about researching. If you do this research, you'll be well prepared when it comes to your due diligence period. So let's dive in. All right, section 1 talks about common documents that buyers should review. This section gives you links to a bunch of sample documents. For example, before you make an offer on a house, you are given the opportunity to read through our standardized purchase contract, so you know exactly what you're agreeing to when the time comes to make an offer. Also provided to you are all of the documents you should be reading when you make an offer on a home, including the MLS printout, subdivision disclosure report, seller property disclosure statement, cc&rs, and much more. There'll be a lot of documents given to you when you are buying a home, and the Buyer Advisory helps to highlight which ones are most important and reasons why. Knowledge is power, so make sure you are as informed as you can be. Section 2 talks about common physical conditions in a property a buyer should investigate. This section provides great insights about what you should pay attention to, as well as recommendations on when you should bring in a professional. For example, the Buyer Advisory tells you that if you are buying a home with a roof that is 10 years of age or older, you may want to consider getting a roof inspection. And it even provides a link to where you can find a roof inspector. This section also talks about soil conditions and pests, and it also informs you that there is no liability for failing to disclose natural deaths, suicides, murders, or felonies on a property. So that means that it is your responsibility to investigate these things on your own if they are important to you. Section 3 is about conditions affecting the areas surrounding the property the buyer should investigate. This section talks about researching crime statistics, the existence of electromagnetic fields, and the potential for aircraft noise. One really important and uncomfortable part of this section is the presence of sex offenders in the vicinity. This is not something that the homeowner nor the real estate agents are required to disclose. However, this document gives you a link to a website where you can simply search by an address and find out if there are any sex offenders in the area and what the nature of their crime was. I cannot stress the importance of this section, especially if you have or plan to have kids in the home. Okay, section 4 is about other ways of getting information about a property. This section encourages you to talk to neighbors, drive around the neighborhood, and use tools like Google Earth to get a sense of your surroundings. For example, if you want to see how long it takes to get to work, start testing different routes from different entrances into that subdivision and at different times of the day. Drive around the neighborhood on a Friday night, on a Saturday night, and even Monday morning. This will give you a better idea of how active the neighborhood is. Section 5 is resources. This section talks about patterns of the real estate market, fair housing and disability laws, and the risk of wire fraud in a real estate transaction, which needs to be taken very seriously. Well, that's all the sections. However, these 13 pages pack a wealth of knowledge and insights that are going to help you be a well-informed buyer. Like I mentioned earlier, I want you to go into your due diligence period as prepared as you possibly can be. So click on the link below in the description box to download your copy of the Buyer Advisory on my website. I hope this video was helpful and insightful for you. And don't forget to get your free copy of the Buyer Advisory on my website. Also, I post new videos every Tuesday. So click on the subscribe button as well as the little bell next to it so you are alerted when my new videos post. Have a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you again next Tuesday. Bye.